All right, good evening. City of Clear Lake Shores City Council meeting, regular meeting, November 19, 2019 at 6:30. Call meeting to order. Angie and Christy and Jan present. Mark and Amanda are absent. Item 2, pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. All right, item number 3 is reports from council. Councilwoman Christy Lyons. All right, Councilwoman Angie Terrell.
Oh, the Heart Walk, though. Mayor Otten's probably going to have a lot nicer things to say. Oh, I get to say it. Great. We kicked everyone's butt. I just want to say we kicked everyone's butt in donations. We had the most most number of walkers for the Heart Walk. This was last Saturday we did this, the City of Clear Lake Shores. We raised $2,600 for our Heart Walk participants. Yeah. We were up against Friendswood. We were neck and neck with Friendswood until we started sending out pleas the day of the Heart Walk. Please help us beat Friendswood. So we got another $800 of donations in at the last minute. So we beat Friendswood, Seabrook, Kemah, and somebody else, Webster. Yep. So thanks for everyone for your donations and your participation.
Very good.
We even got a plaque out of it.
You need to put that right in front of your chair, man. Yeah, that's it.
Take the place of Amanda for mine. All right, and then thank you, Councilwoman Jan Bailey.
Thank you. So just wanted to let everyone know that Amanda Fenwick and I both attended Clear Creek ISD Cities and Schools at League City Elementary when the district told us a whole bunch about what was going on. Very much appreciated that. Also, we attended the Emergency Services Management Board last night. That was nice too. Thank you.
Thanks, Jan.
Well, thank you. All right. And then my only comments is that we got to bring this back from Kemah for our walk. Yay! We already did all the clapping, but it was awesome to see everybody come out and, and granted, we did beat Friendswood, but they're 10 times the size of our city. And we raised almost twice as much as they did. So that's pretty amazing for our citizens to step up and do all that. And we really appreciate it. All right, staff reports. Police Department Chief Cook.
I have no report tonight.
No report. All right, Building Official Kevin Harrell.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Since our last meeting, I've issued 12 permits. They've all been minor permits, no new construction as of late. In my code enforcement cases, I had 3 cases resolved. I've still got 1 open case. That's all I have tonight.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. All right, Fire Chief Brent Hahn's not here tonight, and we have Galveston County Health District. Amy's here.
Good evening, everyone.
And
Hi.
I'll start off with, this is our new EMS. So we had a ribbon cutting, 2 weeks ago, and it was awesome. And Brent Hahn introduced everybody, and it was great to see those 2 entities come together in fruition and work out of the same firehouse now. And our calls are less than 5 minutes. Yes. So
we've had a total of 81 altogether, 4 in the Clear Lake Shore area currently. We've got almost everything purchased for this area that we had lined out with the budget. A couple items we're just waiting on because they're electronic and they take forever. And also we're dealing with the state with the license for the website. So as soon as that comes in, we'll be good to go using their ambulance software.
great. How about the Kemah box? Is that getting transferred over?
Yes, we're working on that. Again, it's the state. We're working with them, trying to get it all lined out. It just takes time with them. So we'll update you. I'm hoping
Thank you. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
All right, City Administrator Brent Spear.
Good evening. Nice to see a nice turnout tonight. One of the things I'd like to say is congratulations to Chief Kenny Cook on 24 years of service to Clear Lake Shores. I wish you health and happiness as you embark on the next chapter, and hopefully that's retirement for you as you intended. So thank you very much, and we appreciate it. And we have some other things further down on the schedule on this agenda, and we'll hit back to that. But thank you to everyone that's in attendance tonight to support him. As Chief Cook is going to retirement, we had to make interim chief available for continuity of services and the functioning of the police department. Tracy Keel has agreed to take that responsibility as interim police chief. As you remember, he came to us and he has 31 years law enforcement experience with a couple different agencies, a lot of experience and skills, and we're happy that he stepped up and is helping us out during this time. Also, there will be a search that will be conducted for a permanent police chief, but that does not exclude any of our existing police officers or the interim chief from applying for that position as well. But we think it is important to try to get the best candidate for City of Clear Lake Shores and to open it up for other interested parties. But just doing my due diligence. So I wanted to explain that to you, and also I'd like to report that we've added, or we will soon add, new part-time employee as communications specialist. Some of you may be familiar with her. It's Adriana Ritchie, who lives here on the island, and she is the assistant PIO currently for City of Galveston. If you watch Telemundo or Univision, you may have seen her give many interviews when discussing goings-on at City of Galveston. So she is multilingual. She has a lot of experience as a PIO, and we're excited. She's bringing some very good skills and expertise to that, and we hope to integrate her with the city. And she is very excited. She will start on December 9th, so I'm welcoming her aboard.
Great choice. Thank you very much. Good job, guys.
You're welcome. The things that kind of were on our plate and continuing on, we do have additional committee reports tonight, but just as an update, EDC did approve some soil boring and a study to confirm the treatment of the base of that parking lot at Clear Lake Shores in 2094. So we're going to move forward with that, and that should take a couple weeks, and then after that we should be, I would say within 4 to 5 weeks should be completed, but that's dependent on our some additional approvals and also our contractor. So you're aware we've got some ventilation fans that arrived today for Shelley Pavilion. Those will be installed hopefully in the next couple weeks. Not going to do a lot for us in the wintertime, but certainly will make it more pleasant in the summer when the heat's beating down out there and you're trying to enjoy yourself at Jammin' and Jarbo. So that they are big fans, and EDC did take care of purchasing that as part of our life experience here on the island. Public Works has been working on cleaning up around the island, and also, if you've noticed, we've got holiday banners up and some garland, so look for the Christmas tree to magically appear and be decorated in new themes this year. And as a reminder, we will have a Christmas tree lighting that's going to be on December 5th, 6 p.m. right out here on the corner. The mayor's going to flip the switch, and it's going to magically light up, and much to the chagrin of everyone in attendance. There'll also be cookies and refreshments after that, so try to make that. And I think, with the exception of whatever else is on my agenda calendar, I'll go ahead and pass on, but that's all I have. You have any questions?
No, thank you. All right, committee reports, Parks and Pool. Oh.
We
We did not meet this month. Our meeting came on the holiday. We always meet the second Monday of the month, and it wasn't convenient to schedule another night, but Brent did email me some updates of issues we've been discussing. One was the earthworks have done some new plantings at Deep Hole, also around that, I'm sorry, not Deep Hole, Sundial Park, also around the Veterans Memorial there, and Triangle. It looks very nice, some lovely fall color. The memorial sign at Deep Hole has been renovated. That is a sign that was in memorial to a lady named Kathleen Gay, who donated that playground equipment, and she was also the Civic Club member, a Civic Club president from 1998 to 2000, so I learned some things there. We've been discussing new trash cans on the island since a lot of them are looking pretty ragged. Brent is still helping us work on that. Some of them are pretty expensive, so we're trying to stay economical. Let's see, Brent also had said that some of the work at the pool, which we do in the wintertime, replacing tiles, decking, patchwork, etc., is having trouble getting some quotes on that, I believe. And we discussed the some of the repair of the ruts at Jarbo. Has that been done, do you know? I didn't get out there today. Okay, I was going to check too, and I didn't get, okay. Because that work is supposed to be done to repair some of the ruts that occurred from the barbecue cook-off. Otherwise, our committee's been very busy working on the Christmas decorations. Some new ornaments were actually being made by our members. Some, as Suzanne Hubbard, that's on our committee, has been redoing the old ones. We hate to throw anything away, so we've been trying to revive those. So there's been a lot of work going on with that, and we will get all the decorations up the Monday after Thanksgiving. I think it's the 2nd, December 2nd, and that Tuesday. And so all the lights will be up, and of course we will not officially light the tree this year until the 3rd for the Christmas tree lighting that Brent mentioned. So if anybody can come out and help, we'll be meeting at 10 o'clock by the clubhouse the Monday after Thanksgiving. That's all I've got.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
All right, anybody here for our Waterfront Compliance Committee? Nope. Planning and Zoning Commission?
Yeah, we had a meeting just yesterday, and there will be a public hearing about the change of an ordinance. It's just a matter of definition about what sidelines are as opposed to what the property lines are. So we haven't made that for us, but we will have to have a public hearing before it can come into as a proposal. Yeah.
Thanks, Thomas.
Thanks, Thomas. All right, Zoning Board of Adjustments. Patrick.
There's been no meeting since the last meeting several months ago. Charles, do you have anything?
Richard.
Richard.
Nothing else to report. I think there is a meeting also coming up for the P&Z on December 3rd, joint meeting. That's a public hearing. Public hearing. City Council.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thanks, Patrick. All right, and roads and drainage, Richard.
Thank you.
Or Charles, not Richard.
Richard Charles.
Same height. Well, I think we had a good month. Last Friday, Brent and I and the rest of my team met out on Tyndall, and Brent had set up a meeting with the contractor, Excel, he's been having difficulty with, along with our engineer and our testing facilities. So the folks that came and checked out how good the surface was that seems to be crumbling now. They came up with a recommendation that we replace a certain portion, 500 feet or so of the road on the west side. The contractor was not happy with that recommendation, so the engineer and the contractor got together and they decided that the contractor would come back with a proposal counterproposal. It's not a big deal right now because we're in the middle of the warranty period. We won't have the final warranty issues until spring, probably March, and so that we should have enough time to resolve that particular issue. He also agreed that he would fix some of the puddles that are still on Tyndall, but and he also said that he would fix the bump on Juniper.
Great.
So
Great.
those of you who had problems with the with the bump, he's going to fix that, or he already has done some to minimize the bounce. Also on last Friday, I worked with Badger to clear out the culverts and the ditches over on South Queen. Now, the way the flow is supposed to happen is it's supposed to come and go north on Queen. We had done a lot of work on North Queen, but South Queen looked like it was holding up the water moving northward. We found a major blockage on Juniper, and we recontoured the ditches, and I think that we'll have to see until the next rainstorm, but we'll see if that clears the flow towards the north. And finally, while we were talking with the engineer, Cobb Finley, they said that they're still working on their proposal for the 2020 road project, and they should have something for us by the beginning of next year, probably first or second week of January.
All right,
Richard,
thanks.
you said that was the they recommended a replacement on the west side of Tyndall. Is that what you said? West side,
yeah.
where
Well,
that drain
a
is
portion
there.
of it, I think it was about 500 feet, and then the width of the road.
Okay.
That was by the Terracon people, the folks who have experience on knowing whether that surface was acceptable or not. And they said it was marginal,
Okay.
and they would recommend replacing it. But I think we're going to get a lot of pushback from the contractor.
Okay, so they're just going to come back to us with what they feel needs to be done.
Yeah,
there.
and then
Okay.
we'll have an opportunity to negotiate. I
Okay.
don't think we're going to want to go to court for this. It's probably not worth doing.
Okay.
But at least we could put the pressure on them.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Do you need Brent or anybody else getting involved with helping you out on
No,
that?
Brent's
or-
he's the lead on it.
Okay, all right.
He was the one that called the meeting.
Okay, good.
Good.
You go, bird dog.
Bird dog.
Bird dog.
Thank you. All right, number 6, Civic Club.
Oh, okay, so Brent kind of stole our thunder about the Christmas tree lighting. But anyway, so we'll do the Christmas lighting. After the Christmas tree is lit, we're going to have a hayride around the island for the kids. And then we're going to come back here and have cocoa and cookies. And Soul Freak is donating all the cocoa for that night. So if you want to bring a potato cookies up here, that would be great. The traveling breakfast dinner or party is on the 13th. The Grinch is on the 19th parade, and on the 20th is going to be the snow day. And then there is no Islander that will be thrown in January. So just remember that there's no Islander. And Julie's going to talk about the Thanksgiving dinner.
Thanks, Teresa.
Good evening, everyone. All right, so for our Thanksgiving dinner, we had a wonderful turnout. Really good show of people. It's beautiful weather, great turkey, and ended up running out of some sides at the end. But they still bought some plates of turkey. We sold over 225 plates, which is 20% more than last year. Great. Our gross income on that is $3,235. The expenses only $1,400, so good profit of $1,832. Great, a big thank you to our chair people, Doris Sanders and Michelle Knox. They did a wonderful job, and also 23 new memberships. So it was a good turnout. Thank you.
Thanks,
Julie.
Julie.
Thank you, Julie.
All right, item number 7, EDC report. Thomas.
Well, Brent already mentioned most of it, but the main part of the meeting was to discuss with Cub Finley what to do with the parking lot. And, well, we decided to approve money for you to decide to go ahead and do that. Those cores, well, not cores, but the soil samples. And it's only really those two areas, and the back towards the east, and also towards Aspen. The rest of it looks okay. And there will be, because of the nature of how it's done, there will be some maintenance needed on an ad hoc basis. But it has been addressed.
So once they get those soil samples, they'll come back and redo those areas with a new base?
That's correct.
Okay. Yep.
And if anybody's interested in that discussion, it's a 15-minute long discussion at the EDC with the engineer and the EDC, and I have that, I videoed that in case anybody actually wanted to hear verbatim what happened.
All right, thanks, Thomas. All right, item 8, any public comments? Mr. Richard.
I just want to say thank you so much for your Thanksgiving dinner. That Thanksgiving turnout was great. You did a great job.
Thank you. All right, item 9, new business consent agenda.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda items A and B, remove item C, and open for discussion.
I'll second.
Motion for Angie and second Jan, items A and B, remove C. All in favor?
All right. What's your second? What's
Yeah.
your discussion?
All right, item C.
Item C, do I need to make a motion?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to discuss consent agenda item C.
I'll second it.
On the meeting minutes for 11/5, first it was noted that it was Wednesday, November 5th, but I believe that was Tuesday that we had the meeting. And also, under present, it doesn't list Mark Thompson. And it doesn't list him as absent either. I believe he was there for that one.
He was here.
Okay. So the date should be Tuesday, November 5th, instead of Wednesday, November 5th, and Mark Thompson should be added to council members present for council meeting minutes 11/5/19.
All right, make those changes as noted. All in favor? Unanimous. Item number 10, council business discussion and possible action may be taken on the following items. Item A is the rescind nomination of Mary Cooney to the Zoning Board of Adjustments. Ms. Cooney is requesting to apply for the ad hoc committee, and Councilwoman Terrell put that on the agenda.
Mary Cooney applied online. What she thought she was applying for was your ordinance, ad hoc ordinance committee, and in speaking with her later in the week, she wants to serve, just not on the ZBOA. She just didn't feel like she would be qualified to do that, and she asked if she could please be removed from that and added into consideration for the ordinance committee. So I told her we would put that on the agenda this evening. Didn't see a problem with that. That leaves one open spot on the ZBOA as well as one alternate that we need to fill for that committee, and we'll be advertising both of those positions.
So we have a lot of volunteers out there.
I make a motion to rescind the nomination of Mary Cooney.
I'll second.
Christy Lyons made motion, Jan second. All in favor? Unanimous. Item B, review and approve personal code and conduct. Brent.
I'm trying to get down to it so maybe people can see it. This is a response, actually a project I've been working on for a while. It goes even back to July when we discussed it in strategic planning. This is one of the things that council tasked me with, and it is a personal code of conduct. Some people call it civility policy, things like that. It's called different things, but basically the highlights are kind of in that comply where those bullets are. So you comply with both the letter and spirit of the laws and policies affecting the operation of government. You be independent and impartial, fair in your judgment and actions. You use your public office for public good and not personal gain. And you conduct public deliberations and processes openly unless legally confidential, in an atmosphere of respect and stability. That's kind of the high flyover, but there are different bullets that kind of calls out good practices. I think council's had an opportunity to review that. The purpose is just to kind of get us all back on, get us all on the same page. Kind of identify the ground rules. It goes without note for most of us, and I don't think there's any violations. But it's nice to have a list of what your expectations are, and it's something that you can refer back to. So I can't identify that we have a problem with in any of these areas, but it just kind of ties up that loose end and keeps us all together. This would be something that would be signed by the elected and appointed officials. I'm an appointed, of course, we have your elected council and mayor. And then also by city staff and volunteers. And that covers everyone that's involved in the public process of running this city and keeps us at a high level of conduct. So without going through the additional 3 pages in the signatory, do you have any questions specifically? I would recommend that you approve it, and we can implement it almost immediately.
I think it was well written, and you covered all the bases. I think you did a good job. Thanks, Brent. I make a motion to approve the personal code of conduct.
I'll second it.
Angie made a motion, Chrissy Lyons second. All in favor? Unanimous. Item C, consider for cancellation of the December 17th, 2019 City Council meeting. Brent.
With the increased holiday schedule, thought this might be something to just go ahead and cancel the December meeting. We're going to have at our January meeting considerable items to work on, New Year. So I thought that it makes sense with people's schedules. We do have some things that are taking place that, I brought it up before with insurance, for instance. That is a January 1st renewal date, and it still needs to be voted on by council officially. You've been notified of the percentage increases, but if that needs to be held with a special meeting, we could have a special meeting, but conduct it on that level.
Are there are no other pending issues that would affect employees, or?
No,
Okay.
that's the only outstanding one.
Okay. Kurt, did you have was there anything pending from the mayor's office that would affect
No,
anybody?
I also requested it.
Okay.
Just for the Christmas holidays.
Okay. I make a motion that we cancel the December 17th, 2019 City Council meeting.
I have a motion by Angie.
I'll second it.
Christy Lyons second. All in favor? Unanimous. All right, item 11, proclamation. Mr. Kenny Cook. Okay. So, this is a great privilege for me to be able to stand here and do this, because I know this gentleman's done a hard life and done a lot of good for this city and brought a lot of things to the city. So I'm going to read through this, and so bear with me. So whereas we are here today to pay honor and to celebrate the 24-year career of Police Chief Kenneth G. Cook, and whereas Kenneth G. Cook joined the Clear Lake Shores Police Department on October 3rd, 1995, and since that time has served as reserve and career police officer, rising through the ranks including acting and interim chief, and on October 16, 2012, he was appointed police chief. Whereas during his tenure, the Clear Lake Shores Police Department and individual officers have received an unprecedented level of professional recognition, including recognition by the League City Chamber of Commerce, Clear Lake Chamber of Commerce, National Night Out, International Association of Chiefs of Police, Texas Commission on Law Enforcement, National Insurance Crime Bureau, and others. And it's a lot of stuff. Whereas the Clear Lake Shores Police Department has remained a leader in the use of technology in law enforcement and the public safety, being among the few to implement license plate readers, video recording in car and on person, using other video technology for protection of city assets and ensure safety of employees and the public, as well as the use of other information technology, increasing efficiency and officer safety while integrating local police records throughout law enforcement jurisdictions. And whereas he has implemented and participated in public-oriented programs, including the Grinch Parade, Pizza with the Police, National Night Out, Black and Blue, and numerous other community-sponsored events. Whereas the Clear Lake Shores Police Department has earned and maintained the confidence and support of the citizens of the Clear Lake Shores, and whereas on behalf of the entire City Council, I want to express a sincere appreciation to Kenny for his dedication to the Clear Lake Shores over the past 24 years, and wish him much happiness as he begins his new chapter in his life. Now therefore, I, Kurt Otten, Mayor of the City of Clear Lake Shores, Texas, do hereby proclaim Friday, November 22nd, 2019, as Police Chief Kenneth G. Cook Day. So I'll have to finish it off. Yeah.
No wonder you gave me these.
Yeah. I thought I was going to need them. All right. In the City of Clear Lake Shores, and urge all citizens and city employees to join me in congratulating Kenny for his outstanding career with the City of Clear Lake Shores and wishing him many continued years of happiness and good and great health. Proclaimed this 19th day of November 2019.
Thank you very much, Mayor Otten, City Administrator Brent Spear, Council members Jan Bailey, Angie Terrell, Christy Lyons, City Secretary Christy Stroop. I've got our accountant Cheryl, Tiffany Wilson, Angie Galvin, and Selena, Public Works employees Jorge and Odie, Kevin Harrell, building officials. It's been an absolute pleasure working with all of you. And to the finest police department I think I've ever seen, past and present officers back there, it's been an honor, and I'm so proud to have been your police chief. But I want to thank everyone here that's taken their time out to come here and kind of see me off. Words alone I don't have, just to express how that makes me feel. Thank you all so much. I also want to thank my beautiful wife. No, you've stood by my side for more than 20 years of this career, and it's been a lot of hours, a lot of holidays away. Even when I'm at the house, I'm kind of not there. You accuse me of not always being at work. But it's been hard on you, and thank you for sticking by me. Lastly, I tell you, I'm going to try not to cry, but I'm so proud and happy, that TK is going to take the reins of the police department. He is an outstanding man. He is highly respected by all the officers within the police department and in Galveston County, and even further, because he's been an instructor for hundreds of officers over his 31-year career, and they've left and gone to places like Dallas Police Department and stuff, so he's respected throughout the whole state. We're in good hands, and he's going to do a great job. So, with all that said, I'm going to retire now. I love you all. I'm going to miss you all.
So I have one last thing just to present, the little plaque for you. This is presented to the police chief, Kenneth Cook, with deepest appreciation for 20 years of dedication and service to the city of Clear Lake Shores, 11/22/2019. Thank you. Yeah, we'd like to get a couple pictures. If all the officers would come up front, we'd get pictures with Chief Cook. And I'm going to go ahead and adjourn the meeting.